Hey Waliyah, thank you so much for sending me your dream. I'm excited to get to interpret it for you. Quite a long one and a reoccurring dream for you, which we know anytime that we have a reoccurring dream, it's always a sign that your mind is trying to give you a message, but you haven't quite received the message yet. So it's going to repeat that message until you get the insight it's trying to give you. So hopefully after this, you'll understand what it means and you can kind of be relieved from this actual physical pain type dream. So if you're new, we're just going to jump on in. The way that we typically do things is I'm going to talk about the symbols, what they mean, and then specifically how they apply to your life. So hit subscribe, stick around, check out some of the other ones, and let me know if you want me to post this one publicly like some of the other ones do. Or we can keep it just between you and me. That's totally up to you. But let's jump into it. So there were a lot of pieces to this. I'm not going to read the whole thing like I do in some of the other ones, because that would just waste our time, because it would take a while to read through it all. But there were a few important symbols that I thought were worth pointing out. It starts off in a church, right? Church is a symbol for wisdom and peace. Usually you go to a church because it's a place where you're safe and calm. Now, this could be different. Maybe you've had some religious trauma in your past. I know I have. So church can actually be kind of a negative symbol if that's part of your life. But typically, broadly speaking, church is a place of wisdom and peace. So your mind is searching for wisdom and peace. And in this place of wisdom and peace, you're arguing with a woman, which is a symbol for being kind of at war with your own feminine nature, right? And, that may surprise you a little bit, but as we go in, more of this will make sense about what particularly of your feminine nature kind of is at tension, at odds with you. Now, remember, there is one thing important to know about dreams. Dreams are pretty internal. They're pretty, I guess you could say, selfish in the way that they depict things. So all of these symbols are going to be related to you. It's not very common. In fact, it's very uncommon. Usually doesn't happen that other people live inside of our dreams. If you see somebody in your dream, it's not actually them. It's a representation for a part of yourself. And this has been well researched and documented. So as we go through these, this woman is not someone you're probably arguing with in real life. It's a symbol for the argument that you have inside of yourself, not quite being all on the same page with all the different emotions and feelings that you have. The dream goes on, and you've got your mom, grandmother, and sister all hop in a car and leave, right? So I think, again, we see this recurring symbol of femininity. Mom, sister, grandmother. All very strong feminine symbols for you. But what's interesting is there's 3 of them. And we know from numerology and from numbers and dreams that 3 has a very specific meaning. Specifically, I think for you in this context, I wrote them down. Spirituality, vitality, but also hypocrisy and self-exploration. So that number 3 is talking about specifically your feminine parts and that you are trying to explore them. They're a little bit hypocritical because you're at war with them. And it's about spirituality and vitality, right? This is going to give you strength if you're able to understand and kind of conquer these things. So the car leaves, which is a symbol. Cars are a symbol for life and kind of like your path, but specifically your autonomy, independence, and confidence. And so you feel like that feminine confidence is kind of leaving you. Here's your mom, grandmother, and sister all driving off by themselves in the car. And so we see this repeating pattern at war inside the church, being left by mom, sister, and grandmother, and then it continues. You meet this guy. This guy offers you a smoke, which is stress. Anytime you see smoking a cigarette, it's directly talking about the stress in your life, And the guy's smoking something that's not cigarettes or marijuana, and you think it's probably crack, which is a symbol. Drugs is a symbol for maladaptive ways of dealing with stress, bad coping skills. You're not handling the stress in your life, so you're being left by your feminine strength, and this is causing stress, and you're not able to handle, you don't know how to deal with that stress in your life right now. Dream continues. It gets even more intense, more deep. There's killers, right? You go to your house, which is a symbol for your mind, right? This is a symbol for the way that you think and you personally. And inside your house, it's war. There's these people coming in and murdering, shooting these people in your life. Now remember, those people in your life are parts of yourself. And so there's this war going on where there's this repression. And anytime we see killers and murder, it's about these repressed sort of either emotions, primal drives and desires that are causing you to lose parts of your wholeness, right? Now, in the very end of the dream, you sacrifice yourself in order to protect the parts of yourself, husband and son, that you care about the most. These are your responsibilities. And so your dream is really showing you, hey, if you want to take care of those people you care about the most, it's going to require you to sacrifice who you are to these primal, maybe angry, but repressed emotions inside of you. And so in death is actually a very positive symbol in dreams. And so in the very end of this dream, death is actually a symbol for closure. It's like, hey, the person that you are today needs to go away. Not physically, because physically you should be here. You need to take care of those people. But sort of metaphorically, personally, emotionally. There's ways that you're living your life that are not working for you. And your dream is saying that very loud and clear. And it's saying, hey, the persona, the facade, the character that you're playing today, gotta go away. You have to sacrifice this fake you in order to take care of the people that you care about. And I can't tell you, man, how powerful a message that is inside your dream. It's really, honestly, it's truly kind of beautiful. And you don't have to be at war with yourself. The solution is not to fight harder against these killers inside of your mind, these angry feminine parts of yourself. The solution is to accept them. They're there because there are fake ways that you're living your life, bad, toxic coping skills that you're using to live your life that need to stop. And a lot of them are based, I'm seeing a lot of masculine sort of character traits, a lot of masculine sort of archetypes taking place. The guy offering you the cigarette, right? Some of the killers, like specifically one of them being a guy. There's a lot of sort of rigid masculine structure that you have or are trying to adhere to that's actually causing you to lose some of your femininity. And that's a huge, huge message your dream is trying to give you. And it's really amazing. It's trying to teach you and encourage you how to care for those that you really care about. So listen, Waliyah, I really hope that helps. If you got any other questions, you want to dive deeper into some of the symbols specifically, you can always schedule a session with me at lionmentalhealth.com or join our live dream class to talk more about dreams. We do it every Monday. But more than anything, you don't have to go to any of those. I'm just really grateful that you sent me your dream, and I'm really blessed and privileged to be able to give you some of this insight and to talk about the beautiful things your mind's trying to tell you. So I hope this has been encouraging. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Take care, all right? Peace.